Impact Live. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins.
And I'm 10 Tampa Bay Meteorologist Colleen Campbell.
And, well, we got a little bit going on.
Got a lot going on.
Got a little bit going on. Snow, potentially in the forecast.
A lot of buzz about it.
For Tampa Bay. I tell you what, I love Tampa. I've always loved Tampa. But now we're going to have snow potentially, or at least some flurries, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
On the same day, not at the same time, but on the same day that we host the NHL's Outdoor Series game. That's perfect.
Yeah.
70 on Friday, some snow flurries early on Sunday morning. Amazing.
People online will say it was planned.
Yeah, right? Right? We live in a simulation.
This.
We live in a simulation. That's the headline right there. You can see. First of all, there's a lot to talk about, so we're going to go through this kind of in time, okay? Try to do a little bit in order here. A few sprinkles, cold and windy for Gasparilla. We're going to talk all about the Gasparilla forecast. This will go down as one of the coldest Gasparillas that we've seen, especially when you factor in the wind and the wind chill numbers. There is a chance for some sprinkles, and the wind will affect the parade. In fact, they're going to change the route that the boat, that Jose Gaspar's sail ship takes. It's going to shorten because of the fact there's going to be so much wind.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. You're gonna, so a lot of folks take the boats.
We've been telling people, and, you know, just a regular boater that might want to go out on the water, this is not the year to do that.
Yep.
If you're just a spectator,
Small craft advisories at this point. Possible and probable, I think, we'll have gale warnings.
Yeah.
So that's even a step above, all right? I've gone out there on some windy days. It's okay up in the bay to a certain extent because the wind's out of the north and west and it's protected. We'll talk about that. But even there, it's not going to be a fun day, okay? So that's Gasparilla. Now, extreme cold watches have been issued for our area for the very first time. And it's kind of a little bit of a misnomer because they used to call them wind chill warnings.
Right.
Now it's called an extreme cold warning. So
Yeah.
this is the first, they changed it back in 2024. So this is the first time that they actually issued that particular one. But that's for what, Saturday night and the Sunday morning?
Yeah. So
All right.
new title, just the same definition.
Exactly.
basically,
It's for wind chills that are really low.
Yes.
Wind chills could go as low as 8.
Yeah,
It
single
means
digit.
it feels like 8 to you out there. I think most of us will feel wind chills early on Sunday morning, late Saturday night. In the teens is what it will feel like to us, okay? Then we've got as I mentioned, the hockey game. Now, here's the good news. It will be dry. No rain, no flurries. I guess I have to even point out, I think I have to point that out, for the hockey game, okay? But we will be looking at very cold air. I'm going to the game and telling the kids, you bring in your snowboard outfits. Jackets, gloves, the whole 9 yards. That's what we're wearing to the game. Okay, so as a result of this, we do have our weather impact alert. The bottom line is it's really for the cold Saturday night and Sunday morning. All right, that's when the coldest gets here.
Right.
It's coming in on some really good wind during the day on Saturday. And that, unfortunately, happens to be right there around the time of the parade. So here's the big picture. We've been talking about the cold air. My wife asked today, she's like, well, does this have anything to do with that storm that just went by up north?
Well, partially.
Kind of, but like that was some cold air and some snow and a storm that formed and made some snow. But this is another shot of cold air. But now, when this cold air is coming down, and we talked about this last week, when this cold air is coming down, this area in here it still has a little bit of snow on the ground and ice. So really cold air is coming southward, okay? But it's not going to moderate as much as it normally would.
Yeah.
And in fact, just the push alone, this is about the freezing line. That's south of Miami.
Yeah.
All right? So Miami will be flirting with near freezing temperatures by Sunday morning. I mean, you talk about iguanas falling. This could cause real problems for the iguanas.
Yeah.
All right? Lots of
those
plants.
northernmost areas, they really haven't had time to thaw out. I mean, they haven't been above freezing, and which we're going to look at that later in the show too.
So they still have a lot of that snow.
Yeah,
and, so
and
the air,
ice.
It's cold.
Yeah.
So that is the case. That's Sunday morning that you're looking at right there. Now, eventually what will happen is the cold air will lift up, and we will gradually warm next week. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday. And you see the cold is mainly up north. And then actually, I think we have a pretty decent warm-up coming. So this is, I won't say this is it for the season, but this will be the coldest air of the season so far. And probably will be, I think, the coldest air of the season. So we'll have to see if that is to come to fruition. Now, let's go in order. Let's start out there right now. It's actually beautiful. So we had frost on the car this morning.
Right.
And my kids, you know, I should teach them better. But they're like, oh, it snowed. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, that's not snow. I was like, you know the dew, the water in the morning? I was like, they had that, and then it got cold enough to freeze it.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. And so, yeah, they drew pictures on it and their name on the card and all that stuff. But they were like excited, and I'm used to seeing that stuff when I was a kid, but not Floridians.
Yeah, that's
kids
true.
are
I
natives,
know. I
and they
was
don't know.
thinking that when you said that. You know, they're Florida kids. They're Southern kids. They just
To see them that happy about it, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But well, look, we started with frost on the ground this morning, quite a bit of it too, and now we're in the mid 60s. So it's certainly, and even by mid-morning, it was warm. You know,
Yeah.
It's so much warmer. Most areas along the coast in the upper 50s to low 60s. Beach water temperature is barely hanging on to 60 degrees. I'm going to cough here in a minute.
yeah. So
Excuse me, sorry. I've been battling that for the last couple days. Now, mid 60s in the inland locations. If you're heading out this evening, we don't have any problems. All right, we're down slowly through the 60s into the 50s. I mean, 7 o'clock, it's already in the mid 50s.
yeah.
So
we were
it's
saying
chilly.
earlier, great. You know, if you want to get out there, a lot of people walk over after work. Beautiful with all the sunshine. Mid 60s, but don't be deceived. I mean, this is the first night in a while that we haven't had a weather impact alert for the cold, but we're still going down into the mid 40s. And tomorrow's going to be pretty pleasant too. But yeah, if you want to go to that Bolts game tonight, which I feel like is shadowed a little bit because we have that big game on Sunday. I hope nobody's forgetting about the game for today.
Well, if you are going tonight and on Sunday, like it will be much more comfortable inside
Yeah.
Benchmark International Arena
Oh, yeah,
tonight
absolutely.
than in Ray J.
Right.
But it's going to be so much fun on Sunday night.
Yeah.
So here you go. Here's the other side of Florida weather, especially Tampa weather. 70 degrees for your Friday. And then 24 hours later, we'll see cold air coming in. 24 hours after about 3 o'clock, we should be 47 degrees. So we'll be about 23 degrees colder and falling quickly.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's the beautiful day. If you have friends or family in town, tomorrow's the day you take them to the beach.
Right.
You say, we've got winter scheduled for Saturday afternoon and Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we'll start to warm things back up by Monday and Tuesday of next week. So
Soak it up while you can.
get a little bit of everything out there. There is Futurecast. So let's start with Gasparilla. So I want to show you, first of all, there's a couple things to look at, and we'll go slow through this. Obviously, there's Bayshore. The parade route goes like this, goes across the bridge, it goes in, and then it cuts off right about there, okay? Notice the time up here, 7 a.m. You're going to notice the temperature and then the feels like temperature, all right? And the wind gusts at that time. So what's going to happen tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., or excuse me, Saturday morning, 7 a.m., if you wake up and say you want to take the boat out, there's not going to be a whole lot of wind. It's going to be breezy.
Right. And we have the warmest temperatures of the day at that time.
Absolutely, you're right, mid-50s.
50s.
I mean, we went 58 for a high. That might be at midnight. I just don't think we can get to 58 after sunrise
Right.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
So most of the day, the first half of the day is spent in the low to mid 50s. This is 10 a.m. Look at the wind gust at 24 miles per hour now. On a regular day, taking the boat out, that's a little bumpy.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now watch what happens by 2 o'clock. Parade starts at 2 o'clock. Wind gust to 30. Temperature has dropped to 50. Feels like it's in the upper 40s. If it's 50 and there's a gust that much, it's going to feel colder than 49, I can tell you that. And I stopped it at this time because you see that little sprinkle? There will be a couple of sprinkles coming through.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go into 3 o'clock. That's actually a slightly better chance for a sprinkle.
Yeah, all that green, you can see it on the radar there. So the wind gusts will play a big role in this because we have those winds coming straight in from the northwest. So not only is it a gusty wind, it's a gusty cold wind. So that's where you really get those wind chill values. And by 3 o'clock, a lot of folks are going to be out there. You know, you figure the parade, the invasion's ending, the parade, you're just in the thick
Parade's
of
like
it.
2 to 5.
Yeah.
And in fact, it can go even a little bit later than 5.
Right.
But this is 5 o'clock right here. It's 43 degrees.
Yeah,
It started at 55.
yeah.
Right? In the morning, the parade start was about 50. And then at 5 o'clock, it's 43 degrees, and it feels like it's in the 30s.
Well, that's what concerns me because I feel like people are going to go out earlier in the day and be like, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, there's a little bit of rain, and not dress appropriately.
Yeah.
And when we say appropriately, we mean with winter layers. I know you want to wear your cute pirate outfits, but
Yeah.
you know, consider that later on it will be a cold winds plus kind of damp outside because we have these sprinkles that come and go.
Yep.
And that wind chill, yeah, it's just going to be a sharp drop in those temperatures by
Extremely cold.
the evening hours.
And then that's what, 7 o'clock in the evening, we're in the actual air temperature is in the upper 30s at that point. It feels more like 29, 30 degrees. By 7 o'clock, that's around sunset.
Yeah.
So one of the coldest Gasparillas that we've had in some time. And then it gets even colder as we get into Saturday night and Sunday morning. We'll take a break right now. When we come back, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about our Sunday and, of course, the wind coming through as well, but we'll also have that forecast for the game.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
All right, welcome back, guys. Let's get right over to the wind forecast. I want to show you this. Going to bed tomorrow night, that's the wind, 11 o'clock p.m., okay? Look what's happening over there in the Gulf. It's not bad at all. Yeah, absolutely right. Check this out. This is 7 in the morning. And Colleen was saying, you know, you're thinking of getting up in the morning, you know, maybe I'll take the boat, let's see what it looks like in the morning. The weather people never know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So it's starting to get
rocked.
breezy. And, you know, if this is slow to get here, we won't have, but we could already have gusts in the 20s and 10 to 15 mile per hour winds.
Right.
All right. That's 7 a.m. That's noon. Gusts to 30s along the coast, and that includes out on the bay. All right. That includes Apollo Beach. If you're trying to take the boat up from Apollo Beach, I would not do it. You can see what's happening at noon, okay? Let's go out to the start of the parade. Look at that. Gusts to 40 out at Clearwater, 36 at St. Pete, low 30s over the bay. In fact, I think there'll be some low to mid 30s over the bay.
Yeah.
Basically, what you see in Clearwater, you could subtract just a little bit and expect that out up there on the bay. All right, that's 3 p.m. That's in the middle of the parade, and that's 5:30 p.m. The winds actually increase as the parade goes on.
Yeah. And these are like borderline tropical storm force winds.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody needs something to compare it to.
Well,
Like,
39 to 73 is
we're
tropical
reaching
storm
that
force,
many.
right?
Yep.
So
Nice.
40 in Clearwater,
Yep.
40 in Bradenton. Those are tropical storm forced wind gusts.
And this is only 5 p.m.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon, and 46 in Venice. Look at that. And then it actually stays up most of the night on Saturday night into Sunday. All right. Then we look at that weekend forecast. We have extreme cold warnings or watches right now.
Watches,
they'll go to warnings, but that it's everybody except for folks right there along the immediate coast. Okay. What this is the combination of the air temperatures
And the water temperature.
and the water temperature.
Yeah. Helping
Sorry.
these coastal communities out.
Yeah, it's gonna keep it down to what feel like 8 to about 18 is what the feels like temperature is gonna be.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Saturday, Sunday morning. Watch this. This is I had to change the title for the snow and rain, which we don't ever do here.
Yeah, we don't really have any winter weather graphics. You know, last weekend was the first time that, I mean, really, we can make do, but as far as putting these different, we don't talk about snow here that often, so.
Well, so this is 450, 440 5 o'clock or so on Saturday afternoon. We always talk about Gasparilla on Saturday, but the Kumquat Festival is going on up in Dade City.
Oh, yeah.
And this model is saying that a couple of flurries, I don't think it gets east of 75, but by 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's got a couple of flurries over Hernando County, Spring Hill, Brooksville.
Or at least sleet.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
So like a raindrop, but then maybe sleet, like kind of like, why is that rain ticking?
Right.
Right? And that's not the main concern. Here's the main concern. Look at this. This is around 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight, Saturday night into Sunday. Look at this. North Pinellas, Northwest Hillsborough, Brooker Creek. My house is up in this area here. Hudson. I actually think Hudson, Weeki Wachee, and Port Richey could actually, I don't want to say this, I think they could get a dusting.
Yeah.
If it were to line up right, you could. Here, look at this. This is 1 in the morning on Sunday. Look at Bradenton, down the Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah, to your frost comment earlier about your kids, Weeki Wachee, I remember somebody sent in pictures with our last big cold events, and they had, pretty good amount of frost out there. So this would actually be a dusting of snow. It wouldn't just be that frost, because some of you may be saying, well, we already had snow, but not necessarily. A lot of that was just frost.
This is get up early in the morning on Sunday, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. This is 3:30, all right? This is what I think is our best chance to see any flurries.
Right.
All right? And you see it over Hudson because it's coming in this direction. It's coming in this direction. It's actually going to be coming in out over the coast of Pasco and Hernando, I think more so than anything else. So that's 3:30 in the morning. That's 5 o'clock. Look where it is. I mean, this is not a lot of snow, but this is flurries.
Right.
Right? Tarpon Springs. Tarpon Springs easily could see some flurries. I expect that'll be one of the places that gets it. Let's go out to 6 in the morning. So we started around 3:30. This is almost 6:30. Still a chance for some flurries. So we've got, it's a decent chance. The probability coming from the National Weather Service at this point is up to 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
That number was up to about 40%, but it's still kind of staying in that 20 to 30% chance. What happens sometimes when we get these fronts come through, you'll know we'll keep the low clouds behind the front, and once in a while we get a sprinkle or two. That sprinkle would actually be a snow flurry. That's the thing. So the fact that we get these low clouds and a sprinkle out of it is nothing new. It's what we expect behind these fronts. But the cold enough air to keep it cold all the way up and all the way down to make a flurry, that's what's different here. And so it is certainly possible.
Well, I was going to say too, so, people always ask, people have been asking, why don't we usually see this? And the other factor would be those winds. When you are up north and they're talking about lake effect snow, they're talking about the fetch or how gusty those winds are over, certain amount of miles. So we're going to have the gusty winds. We're going to have the warmer water temperatures at 60 or upper 50s, if that. And then we'll have the cold temperatures over land. So that breezy wind moving over the warmer water, then the kind of cold shot on top of land, that is creating.
And the cold air above us, about 5,000 feet up.
Yeah.
You need about like a 25 degree temperature difference. That'll be like 40 something.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of cold air up
perfectly.
there to make this happen.
We usually don't have all these elements lined up in such perfect timing. So
with this cold air, that's all we need.
So rare.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll have some cool video.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
I was driving when an 18-wheeler turned in front of me. I locked up my brakes, bam, slid dead into the truck. Bloody and hurt, I was loaded into an ambulance, and that's when I put out my phone and called attorney Dan Newton. Dan jumped right on it. He was in my corner the whole way. He fought the fight from beginning to end and got me $1 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Dan, your awesome team deserves 6 stars. Thank you for winning my case.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah.
With players just like you.
Paramedic, a retired teacher, psychiatrist.
I'm a little bit competitive.
That's the spirit.
Watch their victories.
We have a giant killer.
And heartbreaks.
Oh, no.
The next super champion could be anyone.
It's almost like a superhero origin story.
It could be you.
Oh, wow.
It's all happening on Jeopardy.
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, welcome back. So, Bobby, check this out. In Arkansas, a rodeo arena collapsed from the weight of snow on its roof. The security camera at the facility captured the moment that it happened. Let's take a look.
Wow, the weight of the snow did that. Thankfully, nobody was underneath there.
Yeah, we were talking about all that with the freezing rain and the power lines, how heavy it is, you know, just on a little power line. And, you know, the thing with these southernmost locations is when you look at the different houses, look at the houses in Florida, Arkansas, you know, Louisiana, they're all built for the environment, right?
Yeah.
And it may be a little bit different for a rodeo, I don't know. But the Northeast, and I was saying this last weekend, we have slopes on our roofs because we get snow, right? So it can just slide right off.
Yep.
But, you know, the South, we have a lot of flat roofs, you know, houses that are usually closer to the ground. So, you know, you don't have to deal with the heat. You see that a lot when you go out southwest, like New Mexico, for example. They have those kind of like
Franklin Lloyd Wright style.
Yeah, yeah. So the different, you know, but those structures, they can, not hold that weight.
It's still freezing to many of those locations. They're trying to clean up all that
it's
stuff.
unfortunate.
Let's talk, you know what, let me back up here. Let's go weekend forecast. We do have time for that. So this is the weekend forecast. Gasparilla, one of the coldest and windiest ones we've seen in some time. Most of the parade will be in the 40s, all right? And it will feel like the upper 30s. There will be a couple sprinkles for the parade. That's not the hugest deal, but you need to be feeling good by 3 o'clock, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you'll be feeling a little bit bad because we could have a couple sprinkles by that time, all right? Saturday night into Sunday morning is the extreme cold warning. The last time we did this was 2010. January 9, 2010. And the big thing that sticks out to me with that was I just couldn't believe how many plants in people's yards just took a hit. And I have a bunch and I know they're going to take a hit. There's only so much you can do.
Right.
But if you have anything like that you can take care of, you want to do that. Take care of the pets. Don't forget about that, of course. All right. The snow chance, the snow flurry chance is mainly after midnight, Saturday night into Sunday morning through about 7 a.m. There's not a lot. And it's mainly right there along the coast, Pasco, a little bit of Hernando, North Pinellas,